I've been waiting for you, Doctor. Now, I will show the glorious achievement of what the world's leading scientist, Professor Gerald, has created. The Ark was the first space colony created by mankind. Not many people know that the Ark contained a top-secret research facility where weapons of mass destruction were being created. This is one of them, a weapon capable of destroying an entire planet, codenamed the Eclipse Cannon.
Destroying an entire planet? Was this my grandfather's legacy?
But it's been deactivated for some time now. To reactivate it, large amounts of energy are necessary.
Oh, so that's why we needed the Chaos Emerald.
Exactly. To reactivate the machine, we need the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Once you have that, then you have the ultimate power of destruction to use as you please. And then, the world could be yours.
Sounds like a plan. I like the way you think, Shadow. I will get the Chaos Emeralds, use the machine to dominate the world and build a legacy
Do you really
of my
think
own.
it will be that easy? I've got a great idea. How about making a deal?
A deal?
When you grabbed that huge emerald, you said something about a reaction. A reaction that it may have with the Master Emerald. Now, if you could just let me borrow that radar, I may be able to help you. What do you think?
If I do, what's in it for me?
I have an idea where the other Chaos Emeralds may be. I may not look like it, but do you know that I am a treasure hunter that specializes in all kinds of jewels?
Very well.
Okay then, it's a deal. I don't think we've been introduced. I'm Rouge the Bat, but you can call me Rouge.
Having to come back isn't my idea of a vacation. How can you be sure your intelligence reports are correct? Why would the Chaos Emeralds be here on the island? Are you absolutely sure?
Well, believe what you want to believe.
Very well, very well. Let's discuss how we are going to do this. I will go in first and distract the military troops, allowing you to sneak in the base without being detected. Then, Shadow will enter the armory, where he will set the timer on these dynamite packs. Once that is in place, we will blow up the whole island and get away before anyone has a chance to know what hit them. Meanwhile, you'll have to sneak into the cargo area and grab the Chaos Emerald. That's a challenge for such a worthy treasure hunter as yourself, isn't it, Batgirl? We only have 30 minutes to pull this mission off, and we only get one try, so don't fail me.
Crikey, that was a boatload of cutscenes. Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Sonic Adventure 2 commentary. And I hope to get my editors, quiet enough. There we go, that's good. And now we get to Weapons Bed, by far one of my favourite Eggman stages in the game, and if you need a reason why, well, let me just look at all this. Now, you are basically just sort of causing trouble for the military stockpile of robots and planes, and they're all just sitting ducks, but, there is just something to be said about the pure thrill of destruction, and, delicious. And we also got a Vulcan cannon. Now we shoot out little missiles. Or, little rockets, basically. Or are they meant to be, harder shell bullets? I mean, you have a little, what's basically a little bazooka attachment to the mech, so, whatever, really. The main point being is that this is a very easy stage to, you know, lock on, target, and fire away, but, you can still get a bit pipped here and there. Primarily thanks to those, little machine gun drones right over there, so, do keep on your guard, but at the same time, though, let loose and have fun. That's basically what Eggman's role in this plan is meant to be. For the Chaos Emerald heist. Dun dun dun. Ba-dum, ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum, dum. Yes, we can continue flying, fulfilling our life as an Eggman Fly-Rooney Motron. And now you can see why a lot of people decide to shoot down that little robotic child just there to give you hints of things you likely already figured out for yourself, but yeah, it's neither here nor there in this case. This stage is just pure euphoric thrill, and I absolutely love it. Can't really remember what the score threshold is, but I mean, really, you have plenty of opportunities to, you know, maximize your targets and fire away, so, really, it's just all up to you. The only thing I can really say about the stage in terms of anything else is just be careful not to let any of your bullets pip any stray robots, because they might take away a little target reticle, and that would lessen your score from awesome to extreme! Which I guess is lower on the echelon of 90s reticle slang or whatever, but yeah. Another thing to also talk about is like those septuple the septuple bomb gun drones, for the lack of a better phrase. I don't really know what their official name is, but that's what I'm calling them. The gun drones that basically have like 7 lock-on missiles that they can use to take you down. Yeah, basically just do your best to make sure that you target all of the bombs individually, that way you get 7 targets locked on, and then when you fire away, you get yourself a nice juicy score bonus. So anyway, how's by you? You ever fought against any military bases before? Destroyed any gun robots? Yeah, there's really not too much to this stage apart from what Eggman's role on the planet is. I suppose I can talk about something a little bit beforehand in terms of the cutscene back aboard the Space Colony Ark, and it's really to do with how layered in terms of the roles of leadership is between, you know, the dark side triumvirate between, you know, Knuckles, Rouge, and Shadow, because you notice in that cutscene right at the beginning it was Shadow, you know, more or less teasing Eggman with promises of power. Except, you know, then by the time he finally gets to the plan, he's like, oh, I need Chaos Emeralds, but please be sure to give me an Emerald Radar so I can use it for my own purposes. Rouge is in command. And now when it comes to executing the plan, you know, actually going to the prison island and getting all the Chaos Emeralds, Eggman's the one calling the shots. I don't know, it's a very interesting sort of shifting leadership dynamic that, I don't know, it gives the Darkseid story a very interesting working dynamic. I mean, it's very rough around the edges and, well, I guess to put it mildly, a fragile alliance united at best. Well, an alliance of hatred united at best, because, you know, they all have different goals they want to achieve, and even if Shadow might not look like it at first, well, let's just say that, he's got loyalties of his own, but not to himself. Anyway, cutscene go now.
Okay, everyone ready? Shadow, Rouge, on with the show!
Oh, Sonic! I thought I'd never see you again! I'm so glad you made it! You're not Sonic! Who are you?
I'm the one who took the acid test.
Dr. Eggman!
Give me your tiny little pepperoni. Leave it to me! I'll take care of her. You two, go! Give up, baby!
Boy, am I glad to see you, Amy!
By the way, notice how during that cutscene Shadow immediately didn't throw Amy off, but instead just seemed to accept her love regardless. I have nothing more to say except yes, OTP, OTP! But yeah, to kind of talk about gameplay here, it's pretty much the same boss fight you had with Tails vs Eggman, it's just nibble Nobby's nuts before he nibbles yours. There's a little health bonus right up there in that little hangar over there if you need a little bit of extra help, but really just, I don't know, peg them with boxing gloves or bullets, and that's pretty much your saving grace, because the laser blasts trail a little bit too slowly. But I mentioned as such in the review, so really, yeah. Sometimes it can be a bit treacherous, but, yeah, it's basically just a bit of a quick draw McGraw right here, so... yeah, excuse me. Just be a little bit careful. Huh. Well, then again, sometimes your laser blast can, you know, bear fruit. Much as I should talk them, it's just that they're quite sluggish and your bullets are, on the other hand, faster. Which is funny, because shouldn't lasers be faster with the science and the... whatever. Next stage, go now.
I'm
In position, Doctor. Tell me when.
There's been an unexpected delay on my end. There's no more time to waste. Set the timer for 15 minutes. Let's go, Rouge!
5 minutes should be plenty. Here I go!
Rouge. Your confidence is ever inspiring. Yeah, again, it's just like another aspect of Rouge's personality that I happen to love. Like, she's very prideful about her skills as a jewel thief that, anything less than 5 minutes or an A rank is simply irrefutable. She must win. Oh, by the way, if you look closely at those dollar bills, they have Sonic's face on them. I mean, again, I understand that they probably couldn't have used real American dollars right there, but, does that mean that Sonic is a... Well, I mean, he is a world-renowned hero, so maybe they have technically decided to give him a dollar bill in his name. I mean, how many times did he save the world? Like, I mean, we've got Sonic 1, 2... 3 well, actually, Sonic 2 and 3 was potentially world-ending, so, yeah. I retract my joke about Sonic having his face on the dollar bills, y'all. But in any case, so, yeah, this stage security hall. Fairly easy to find a lot of what Rouge is looking for. You really just need to... The more difficult aspect is really either navigating through these lasers if you happen to find the Chaos Emeralds right over there, or, again, just infiltrating a few of the vaults using Rouge's dig nails, and, yeah. Basically entering the vaults, getting the Chaos Emeralds, and bada bing, you do the thing. Catchy music as well. Quite like a lot of Rouge's jazzy tracks. That's actually kind of made me wonder what a Rouge-themed spin-off game would have been like, actually. Like, if they would have either played up the espionage elements, or... I don't know, I thought it'd be quite fun, actually, but... Anyway, that's just sort of me, just, you know, spitballing for things to talk about, because I have had a bit of a rough work day, but that's not going to stop me from talking about my favourite video game of all time. Buddy Buddy with Silent Hill 2. But yeah... I mean, it's a good thing that Rouge doesn't have to go through so many fucking special stages every time she gets one of those emeralds, because, if they had special stages here, I would cry. Well, I mean, depending on how fun they are, but, you know. I don't quite expect them to get anywhere near the level of Blue Sphere from Sonic and Knuckles, or, you know, the Sonic 3D Blast special stages from the Saturn version, so... That waste. But anyway, we accomplished Rouge's task within 5 minutes, and she got an A rank. It's perfect, like her.
I can't believe I've come this far, just to fail.
This is Flying Dog to headquarters. Intruder found entering security hole. Preparing to attack.
Coming in.
Oh dear. Anyway, this is basically a similar fight, except this time, the Flying Dog doesn't land. But instead you have these little fucking wrestling cages where Rouge 316 is coming for you, brother. Oh yeah. A spaceship with the rocket fuel loaded with the worst. Hulk Hogan. Wrestling jokes. Whatever. Anyway, just climb up there and that's pretty much how you lay at the smackdown. Not really too much else to say other than the fact that it's just a slightly hotter variant. The difference between some of these heavy dogs and flying dogs or whatever is primarily to do with, you know, what they have as a bit of a loadout. Sometimes they'll have an energy cannon there to blast you down. Other times they'll have missiles, like, right over there. Not really too much to say apart from that, although, I shouldn't have gotten hit there. Well, I mean, okay, apart from that, though, one other thing I do want to point out before the boss fight ends is that, yeah, like, I mean, say what you will about, you know, Sonic games not exactly showing, like, a lot of, you know, death and destruction or whatever in some cases, but, yeah, I mean, Prison Island, let's just say, we know what happens in the Hero Says story where, you know, the island blows up. But, given the fact that, you know, Rouge is trapped in this area, and the fact that well, the fact that we did see her later on indicates that Shadow does in fact get her out. Yeah, that means the pilot of Flying Dog is in fact 100% definitively dead. Rest in peace, Flying Dog.
This is Rouge. I've got a small problem. I can't believe that I'm trapped inside this locked safe with a Chaos Emerald. I guess I won't be able to call myself a treasure hunter anymore.
Haunted by visions, troublesome dreams. Shadow, you must save them. Oh, by the way, there is also another thing I want to point out in regards to differences between the Dreamcast and GameCube versions of Sonic Adventure 2, particularly to do with Maria Robotnik's model. I don't know whether this was done just purely because of graphical fuckery or out of an intentional design decision, but yeah, when it came to Maria's character model, they actually tweaked her design where I think they got rid of her eyelashes and I think removed a bit of the lip balm that she has to make her seem a little bit younger because, I don't know, I guess maybe the Dreamcast version or when they were put in the game they found Maria's character model to be... I mean, canonically she's meant to be 12 years old, but I guess, you know, the addition of the eyelashes and whatever else made her seem like a more mature woman. I really don't know what else to say, I mean, it's just weird details. We'll point out a few more, you know, as we go throughout the game, but in the meantime though, White Jungle. To me, it's basically more fun version of Green Forest, whereas that one had a lot of pipes you could slide on. This one has you pretty much swinging around trees like a Tarzan man, just going on these little slinky flying fox kind of things. Well, I mean, again, I say more fun Green Forest. I do find Green Forest fun, it's just that you've got to be skilled enough to do the cool stuff, whereas this one is just sort of... Well, I mean, it really plays up a little bit more on the verticality side of things, so, again, you're not necessarily trying to keep on balance with the grind rails, but, you know, you do have opportunities, particularly if you jump on top of the tunnels right there. You actually have a few grind rails in which you can use to, you know, yeah, use your soap shoes to grind across the pipe, get a bit of extra score, and everything will be loosey-goosey and radical, dude. And I suppose as we're continuing to make our way through this white jungle, that is a very green jungle, nothing really else to say there. I did actually have a bit of trivia, but then I forgot, because I forgot. Thank Nominate. But then I remembered what I was going to say in terms of soap shoes. Yeah, I don't know if it was specifically Shadows as well, but I know for a fact that Sonic's unique shoe design in this game was, you know, based upon a set of defunct sportswear shoes called soap shoes. Basically, they were shoes with you know, a uniquely designed curved heel surface that allowed you to, you know, grind on rails and pipes. Yeah, quite naturally they went belly up in 2005 and haven't been seen since really, because... Well, I mean, again, while they might be a little bit useful for you to just sort of grind down the steps in, you know, radical 2000s, 90s-esque fashion, well, there's not really too much else you can do with them. I mean, they don't exactly have the kitschy appeal of fucking Heelys or whatever, where you can just roll across the floor like some total lamoids, so... yeah. No, well, but I mean, that's just the 2000s, really. Like, I mean, they had, like, a lot of bizarre or unique sports appeal gimmicks that was just a bit of a part of the era's culture that I kind of missed, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it was radical, but, you know, it was enjoyable. It was my radical.
Here we go.
Power up! Oh yeah! Anyway, so, sports tie-ins aside, yeah. Wouldn't exactly be the first time Sonic Team did that either, because Knuckles was initially meant to have the Nike logo on his chest, which, you can still sort of see, but, I don't know, deal fell through, and, alas, Knuckles doesn't get cool sportswear. Oh dear, here we go once again. Well, this time where we see Shadow's perspective, which is really just him landing. Oh, meme time, whoopee. Well, I mean, at least it was meme time back around, like, I don't know, 2005 through fucking, well, I guess when the game came out through to, at least late 2000s at the very least. Yeah, I don't know, this was always the sort of thing where, like, if you saw anything Shadow related, he'd always call Sonic Faker, even though he only ever really calls him that in this game and nowhere else, so really, I don't know. Just a bizarre bit of the fandom during the 2000s that I felt like sharing with you, in terms of, like, how people tended to characterize Shadow back then. Which is also quite funny given what happens towards the end of this game, but it's neither here nor there in this case. So on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time on the Sonic Adventure 2 commentary as we end this round of Beat the Sonic Spine Pincushion, well, more fun is there to be had. Catch you next time.
Shadow, what are you doing? Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it!
Blows up?
lost control!